Education is not just a pathway to opportunity. It's a living bridge that connects Indigenous communities to their heritage and guides the promise of tomorrow. Today, we explore how Indigenous education is transforming lives by honoring tradition and empowering future generations. For decades, policies of forced assimilation have left deep wounds. Indigenous children were removed from their families and cultures through residential school systems designed to erase their identities. This painful history continues to affect communities with underfunded schools, curriculum gaps, and a lingering mistrust of mainstream education systems.
They actually forced Native people to become farmers, blacksmiths. They forced us to go to their schools. I'm still going to one of their schools. They forced us to assimilate. When extermination was no longer acceptable after Sand Creek Massacre, it switched to assimilation. So they're like, well, if we can't kill you, then you at least have to become exactly like us because our way is superior.
Yet, understanding this past is vital. It shows us how resilience has allowed communities to reclaim their narratives and push for a change that reflects their true identities and values.
Talk about unity, we talk about healing, and that's what gives us hope.
The two-day event started this morning with a sunrise ceremony and greetings from Mayor Olivia Chow.
We honor those little children whose lives, some of them were cut short. We honored and admired the strength and the courage of those that survived residential schools
and continued throughout the day, featuring
Today, many Indigenous students still face significant challenges. Rural and remote communities often contend with limited resources, inadequate facilities, and curriculum that overlook Indigenous perspectives. These challenges contribute to lower graduation rates and hinder opportunities for many young learners. Despite these obstacles, there is a growing movement to address educational inequities. Community leaders, educators, and policymakers are working together to reimagine a system that respects Indigenous culture while providing quality education. Across the nation, innovative programs are emerging, ones that weave Indigenous languages, stories, and cultural practices into everyday learning. This culturally relevant curriculum not only enriches academic content, but also brings up the pride and identity in students. In classrooms where traditional knowledge meets modern teaching methods, students learn to value their heritage while acquiring skills for the future. Indigenous pedagogy is often centered on community, respect for nature, and storytelling. Foster an inclusive environment that celebrates difference as strength.
With Home, I'm the founder of SONAC, which is the Sisterhood of Native American Coders. Essentially, we teach Indigenous girls around the country how to code through an entirely online program that kind of connects 9 to 12-year-old girls from many different Native communities around the country. What we're really trying to do is spark their STEM interest at a young age so that they can kind of carry that on with them and also inspire girls around them to do the same, to kind of pursue STEM and try out this new, potentially scary thing. I think we can start a chain of kind of the next generation of Indigenous female innovators in STEM and hopefully really up that the representation that we have in the STEM field.
Innovative community initiatives are driving change. Digital platforms now offer interactive language courses, virtual storytelling sessions, and online cultural archives. These tools enable remote learners to connect with their roots and access quality education regardless of the location. Transforming education to truly honor Indigenous heritage is a journey that requires commitment from communities, educators, and all of us. By embracing culturally relevant education and innovative digital tools, we empower future generations to carry forward their rich legacy. Thank you for joining us on this journey. To learn more and support Indigenous education initiatives, connect with our local Indigenous cultural centers, attend community events, or follow our social media channels for ongoing updates and ways to get involved.